Hello everyone, welcome to Survive Reacts channel. Today we will embark on an incredible survival journey. With a courageous young woman in the heart of the wilderness. She is not only a skilled survivalist, but also an architect, a chef, and a true companion of nature. Let's follow her journey as she builds a home from scratch. She ventured alone through forests and crossed streams in search of the perfect place to settle. Finally, she chose a spot on a hillside, close to a water source and with a clear, open view. This decision demonstrates her understanding of the terrain and the key factors for survival. With a sharp machete, she brought back the first few logs. The girl began marking and sawing the large logs in half. The sound of the saw echoed through the silent forest, rhythmic and steady. The blade worked tirelessly, making clean, precise cuts through the wood. Next, the girl dug holes to set up the posts. Using her machete, she carved deep holes into the ground, her hands swiftly tossing the soil aside. Tree roots got in the way, but she patiently removed them to ensure the posts were planted deep and firmly secured. To create sturdy pillars, the girl carefully carved the tops of the tree trunks. But she didn't stop there. She carefully carved part of the tree trunk, creating flat surfaces and small grooves. These details not only helped reduce the weight of the pillars, but also provided grip points for easier connection with other wooden beams, enhancing the overall stability of the house frame. She lifted one of the pillars and lowered it into the hole. The second and third pillar were completed, and next, the fourth pillar was lowered into the hole. She then secured the pillars firmly by filling the gaps with soil. After setting up the pillars, she began constructing the bed frame. Each wooden plank was carefully selected and placed horizontally between the pillars. To secure the planks, she used a hammer to drive in the pre-prepared nails. The girl realized a problem. She had run out of wood. Undeterred, she decided to return to the forest to gather more materials. Her determination is truly admirable. Once she had enough wood, she set to work sawing it into shorter pieces. And she carefully arranged them to create the bed frame. It is clear how much dedication she has put into her wooden bed. Then, she carefully carved both ends of the tree trunks. Many trunks were meticulously and carefully shaped by her. Carving both ends of the logs is intended to attach them to the already erected wooden pillars. The girl carefully placed each wooden plank onto the wall. The first wall of the hut was built using a stacking method and reinforced with nails. Using the same method, she continued to complete the second and third wooden walls. She saw that the bed height was sufficient, so she sawed the standing pillars shorter. After completing the basic steps of building a hut, she ventured into the woods to gather ingredients for dinner. While she was leisurely strolling, she suddenly spotted a frog. Without hesitation, she rushed forward and caught it, not giving it a chance to escape. The second unlucky frog was caught thanks to the girl's quick reflexes. She tied them together with a piece of string to ensure that none of them could escape. She climbed onto the rocks to search for more unlucky frogs. And then she went to gather more firewood to build a small stove. The girl carefully arranged the pre-split small firewood pieces into an A shape, leaving space for airflow. The fire was quickly ignited. With a machete in hand, the girl approached a lush cluster of wild banana trees. She swung the machete, slicing through the trunk. A sharp swish echoed through the forest as the tree fell, revealing its pure white core. Carefully, she used the machete to peel away the tough outer layers. Her hands moved swiftly, stripping off each layer until the tender, pristine white core was revealed. She knew exactly which parts of the wild banana tree were edible and which should be discarded. With the pot she had brought along, she stoked the fire until it glowed red and began preparing the frog dish. As the last rays of sunlight began to fade, she continued reinforcing the frame of her hut. The resilience of the girl is something not every man could achieve. Dinner is ready, and now it's time for her to enjoy her meal. The taste of wild frog blends with the natural sweetness of forest banana, creating a unique culinary experience. With this expression on her face, I think this might be the best meal of her life. Thinking that it wouldn't rain tonight, she made a simple roof for her hut using a tarp and then went to sleep. Things didn't go as she expected. Early in the morning, the rain started pouring down like a waterfall, giving her an unforgettable experience in her life. She quickly put on her raincoat. The urgency and rush forced her to act even faster, and rushed to saw wood to further reinforce the roof of her shelter. Each wooden plank was quickly placed on the roof, yet with careful precision. The rain continued to pour, but she remained focused on her work, showing incredible resilience despite the harsh weather conditions. First, she placed a wooden beam in the center of the roof, allowing her to balance the spacing for the next wooden planks to be laid. Next, she placed the second long wooden beam and continued cutting more small wooden planks. What do you think she cut such small pieces of wood for? She cut small pieces of wood to frame the shelter, making it stronger and more resistant to wind and rain. These small pieces of wood can be used to secure panels or add structure to the roof, ensuring her shelter is more durable in harsh weather conditions. She then carried the small wooden planks up to the roof and covered them with a tarpaulin to increase the waterproofing ability, ensuring that the roof could protect her from the pouring rain. She carefully secured each corner of the tarpaulin so that it would not be blown away by the wind. The roof was completed. She continued to use the remaining wooden bars to fill the gaps on both sides of the hut's windows. Each wooden bar was carefully arranged by her, ensuring that the space inside was better protected than before. After completing the windows, she moved on to building the main door of her house. Using her familiar method, she placed the first wooden plank in the center as a balancing point, making it easier to secure the following planks. It was unclear whether she was exhausted, but every action she took remained strong and meticulous, showcasing her admirable perseverance and determination. She wanted to build a hut with a doorway and a single window, just big enough for a person's head to peek through, giving it an adorable and whimsical look. A lamp was lit and a fire was ready. After a long and exhausting day, it was finally time to enjoy the fruits of her labor. She picked up a piece of steaming hot frog meat and slowly brought it to her mouth. Chewing carefully, she savored every tender bite as the sweet, succulent meat melted in her mouth. The bold spiciness of the seasoning blended perfectly with the natural sweetness of the frog, creating an unforgettable flavor. Her eyes sparkled with joy and satisfaction, as if all the fatigue and hardships of the day had completely faded away. She is a woman of incredible inner strength, an inspiring figure of survival instincts, independence, and love for nature. She is not only a skilled survivalist, but also a strong, intelligent, and compassionate woman. What about you? What do you think of this incredible woman? Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts.